Hi, it's Chloe from Queen of Arts, and this is How to Kato Polyclay. So there are some details that you're going to have to remind yourself of when you're making polymer clay sheets. Number one, Kato polymer clay is a thermoplastic, so you do have to warm it up and condition it before you start rolling it to its thinnest point. So you're going to condition it according to how to condition the Kato clay, and then you can start rolling it through starting at 5 and then all the way down to the thinnest, whatever your thinnest is on your pasta machine. My pasta machine, the thinnest is 9 and 5 is midway. So I put it in at 5, I roll it out, condition it, condition it, condition. My final roll is going to be at 9. What I do is I turn my oven on and make sure that it's at 300. You only leave that Kato clay sheet in there for 5 minutes. That's all it is, because you want it pre-baked enough that if you're going to use it on a cutting machine, it will cut and not crumble. Okay? Now, if you have a project where you want a little bit of a tougher sheet of Kato clay, leave it in no longer than 20 minutes. Why? Because you're going to actually have the clay darken. If the longer you leave it in, it's going to darken. And then it'll be so tough you won't be able to do anything really with it. So maximum 20, I would suggest 10 to 15 if you want a harder sheet. And then the minute that first sheet is done, take it out with your tongs, the sheet of the sandwiched clay out, put it aside and get your next one ready and do the same thing. Slide it in between, shut the door, and just keep doing it for the same amount of time that you want it, right, to be in there for. So set your timer, 5 minutes, open it up, take one out, put the other one raw in, close it, and so on and so forth. Some of the sheets that I put in actually bubbled because I didn't tent them, or I didn't or sandwich them, and that's okay for me. That's okay for me because I always like happy accidents. So in other words, bubbling might actually add to the artistic look of whatever I'm making. What's great about working with pre-baked sheets is, and I don't know how you guys do it, my hat goes off to you, but I'm sorry, I cannot sand little teeny cabochons or little tiny beads, or hand cramp is my point. How do you do it without hand cramps? Well, guess what? With this Kato polymer clay sheeting, you have a whole sheet, depending on how big your oven is and how big your sheet is, to sand top and bottom, and then you don't have to worry about that. The other thing that's great about using these sheets is because it is a thermoplastic, you can cut shapes out and then mold them later. So let's say, for example, you want to put a curve in a round circle for any of your projects. All you do is cut the circle, get the round shape, hopefully metal, like a spoon, for example, okay? And put your circle on top of the spoon and stick it in the oven and see what happens. It'll just mold right into the spoon. Now, who am I to, I didn't mean to start a whole movement of yes, I did. Yeah, I did. I did want to start a whole new movement about how to use Kato polymer clay, because you know what? Why not? If you can cut your time down, especially if you're going to pop out products to sell and get them out into market, you need to be efficient with your time and effective with your process. And this is a way to do it. So yeah, I'm trying to create new ideas and bring them to you.